Hey guys, I think I have found a solution to my problem. What I've got here is, this is a remaining piece to the sump tank. I cut this out, but what I've done is, I've taken my hole saw, drilled a hole for this. It's not big enough to fit this. This is too small. However, I then took this, put it in, took a wrench, turned it in, got this in here. So what happens now is, I had this gasket. This gasket came with these. Alright? So, instead of using this, I've got a threaded hole. This hole is now threaded. So, screw this in. And now I've got a seal. Now, it's not perfect. I will put some Teflon on it, but we can run another gasket. Where's the other one? There it is. Put this here. And here's the 1-inch female. And ta-da! Now I believe, now I have not tested this, I wanted to check it, but I'm very confident I can make this watertight. If it means I have to take a little tangent, and if it means I have to take a little tangent and glue this thing in place, or if it means I will probably have to do something like that, maybe apply some Teflon, but I have a good solid setup. This will allow me to be able to run a 1-inch pipe through here. Therefore, I should be able to start my new filter system very soon. Today, maybe tomorrow, I'll get started on it. In fact, I am started on it today by doing this. I'll show you my progress. Okay, we are at test 1. I have done exactly what I showed, and I have put this into this barrel. If you look, now that is not going to be the final solution, alright, but that's a start. I am just doing a pressure test, a leak test. It's late, and I'm not going to be doing this all night. I've been at this for a little while, and I'm done. I'm going to leave the water in this for the night, and I'll check it regularly to see if it leaks. And if it doesn't leak, and so far so good, no problem. Tomorrow I'll come out here and I'll finish this up, make this a radial flow filter. I'll show you what I've got planned. I have, okay, these double 45s, okay, that'll come here, water from the tank will come in, the fish tank will come into here, go in, then where that is, that'll go up, and it'll come up. In the center, I've got this. What we're going to do is, I'll show you this real quick. Okay. is this pipe will be attached to the double 45, come up the center of this. And then here, it'll reach this, go down. The bottom of this is about yay much. Then it'll have to fill up, and I will have an exit, well, obviously below that point. Below the point that I've already drilled. And then it'll go from here into the biofilter. But that's the start. We'll see where we stand tomorrow. Okay, woohoo! We do not have a leak. It has been all night, and yeah, there was a drip, but that's not from that. That's from here. Oh, did I just screw that up? So, we're good. So, now it's time to get started on the next step. Time to get everything plumbed up and working on making this a functional filter. Now, what I've done is, well, something pretty stupid. Last night I drilled a couple of holes to run across to support the bar that holds the pipe. And the problem is, they're at the exact height that I need this pipe to be at. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread this hole and make this the outlet that will go from out of the barrel, out of this filter, into the biofilter. And I'm going to have to plug the other side so we don't have a leak. And then I'll redo a way to support that pipe on the inside. So first step is to fix my mistakes and go on. Alright, here's an example of what I'm doing. The hole is just a hair smaller than the pipe. All I do is feed this metal pipe into this plastic drum. The metal's significantly harder, therefore the teeth, the threads from this pipe cut into this plastic, creating a thread, giving me the ability to thread this hole without having to spend a fortune on a big tap. I call it the poor man's tap, and it's been working just fine for me. Okay guys, we're done. Now, well, I say we're done. We're not done. But for now, we're done. Let me show you what I did. We have, water comes out of the tank, comes down, double 45, in. Inside here, it goes another double 45, goes up. Alright, now, you see there's the pipe, double 45, comes up. I'm hoping the camera shows this, but you can see the stuff, the solids. They're hitting, they're dropping, they're settling out. They go down. Now, of course, they have to go all the way down and then come back up. Then here, this was the filter that was on the little teeny air pump. It was the very first pump that I used when this was just barrels. I used to have, well, that barrel there was my first fish tank. What I did is I used that barrel for fish and these two drums for the media beds. Of course, then I got, it was too small. So I bought the IBC tank and upgraded, and I continued to upgrade. But, so this filter was on that, and it works. I just put it over this pipe. You take the pipe off, you see it's got an angle, it cascades in, but you don't have to. This will just take care of whatever makes it to the surface. Alright, now down at the bottom where this goes in, I've got a T with two, those angle down, those touch very close to the bottom. What I'm going to have to do, something I was trying to avoid, but just not going to be able to. I'm going to have to take this. In fact, remember I said this was a mistake. These two were supposed to be this. Well, turns out that's going to be really useful. I'm going to put a pipe going down so I can drain this so I don't waste all of this water in cleaning this filter. Because there will come a time, even though I just drained this is from last night. I drained, I opened this valve, dumped the water into here. That's just from last night. There's still a lot left in here. So what I'm going to have to do is make it so I drain about half of this. And then do what Rob Bob does. Stir it, and then hook a pump up to it and suck it out to really get it clean. But I won't do that every day. That'll be an occasional thing. Every day I'll do what I just did. And I should get a good deal of this stuff out of here. So now what I have to do, now I've got to make this more of a biofilter, because right now it's been a secondary filter and it's corroded. So I'm going to take and clean all of these out, get this cleaned out, and connect this up in a way that makes it really much more of a biofilter than a solids filter, because hopefully I'm now getting all the solids out of the system with this. So we'll go to the next step and see what I do with this filter. Eventually, I'm going to put a much bigger filter in here. But for now, just changing this thing out is going to be my best option. Okay, this is what I'm going to be doing now. I've got this. I was using this pipe for something else, and it just happens to be really close to the right height. So I'm going to put this in the center, and the goal is to let the water move as slowly as possible. So instead of having the 1-inch pipe, this is a 1.5 inch. I'm then going to pack this with the media, the filter media, and hopefully we're going to get a good, thorough filtering action. We're going to get a good bioreaction from the media in this. Let me find the other side here. I may have to recut this, but give me yeah. I'm gonna have to take and cut this, but that's pretty simple. And once I have this back together, I'll show you how it's all done. Okay, all I've done is use my utility knife and cut this up. So once we have this properly fitted, I would very much like to never have to clean this out again. First, it's nasty. Second, if that other filter works properly, there should not be solids in this. So it's one of those things. I would like to be able to clamp this down, put this on tight, and never have to worry about it. So for now, here's our start. Some people say never use biochar, but I always do. The amount of surface area on this is incomprehensibly high. It's higher than anything else we could ever use. And even if it sinks nitrogen for a short time, eventually it will stop because it will reach max, and then it can be used to leach nitrogen rather than absorb it. So at some point, this will no longer be a nitrogen sink. So for now, this is the plan. I put half of this in. Hang on a second, I'll do this in a... Alright, what I've done, I put a base layer of the biochar. Then, you've seen these before, I use these Now, I've been cleaning these. If you take a look at how nasty this water is, this is after cleaning these twice already. Okay? Trying to get as much of the solids out of this as I can so I don't have to come back. Now that I've got a big enough filter and I'm getting rid of the solids in the system through that other filter, these shouldn't need to be cleaned. But I have to get them clean enough now. Okay? That's where we are. I just fill these, put all these in. So what'll happen is the water will come into this pipe, go down through the bottom, and have to come up before it goes out. And that's where we are. Okay. I assume you guys realize the same thing I did. If the goal is to force the water down to the bottom so it will be forced through the filter media before it exits, having a pipe with holes all through it is a bad idea. So, replacing this, which means I have to rearrange things a little bit. But I'm glad I did it now rather than later. We are done. What I've done, instead of just running this pipe, all this does is trickle in, goes to the bottom, has to circle, come up through all the media, and then it goes back in. As you see, this is, like I said before, this is a filter that was on one of the pumps. I just kind of stretched it a little bit, got it to go on there. Works. Hopefully it'll work well. This pipe, this is not glued, and I didn't want to glue it. The problem is this was leaking like crazy, so I took the last of my Teflon tape, wrapped that as much as I could, as thick as I could, and it stopped the leak. Down here is glued, because you couldn't find another way to do it. It had to be glued. This should hopefully take care of my leaks. I'm not positive if this is a good long-term solution, but I'm constantly amazed at how much stuff is coming out of this pipe. I'm hoping the camera shows it, because it's really amazing. And we should have very good retention time. So the retention time should make a big difference. Comparatively, this is a 50-gallon drum compared to the 5-gallon water bucket that wasn't even full. So, and we have the water. You see the water coming in here? Gives us a nice clean, and I'm hoping continues to stay clean, flow. I've noticed one thing that I do not understand, and maybe someone here can tell me what is going on here, but look at this. Look at this pepper. These leaves are... I don't know what's going on here. Looks like it's got something's going on with this pepper. Hopefully somebody could tell me what it is. I want to pick all these off. In fact, I'm gonna get my pruners. I got a nice tiny set of very small pruners. I'm gonna get in here and snip all the buds off of that and see. Hopefully someone can tell me what that is and I can get it fixed. Otherwise, system is doing great. Filter's up and running, and we'll know more in another week or two. So, for now, everyone, God bless, be safe. Oh, one more real quick point. I wanted to show you this and see if maybe somebody here has an idea what this is. This, my neighbor's papaya tree, it is just looking rough, and we're trying to figure out what it is, can't figure it out. Her papayas, let's see, I don't know if you can see them, but her papayas over there, they look fantastic. The one that I put in over here went through a significant transplant shock, but now it looks beautiful. But his look terrible, and I'm hoping someone has an idea what that might be. Thanks.